Hey guys, I just wanted to put this quick video together because people are saying that me putting the last video together was fear mongering, which I'm open to correction. Fear, truth fears no scrutiny, right? So here's the deal with the coronavirus, the way I see it. Okay, this is just my opinion. If the coronavirus is what people say it is, let me put this down for a second. If it is what people say it is, if it's got an R naught factor of 4.08, which means I can be affected and infected, okay? And then the infection that's raging in my body asymptomatically, by the way, if it's true, I'm just saying, if all this stuff is true, I don't know. I've never had the coronavirus. I've never seen anybody who's had the coronavirus. And some people go, well, it's just the flu. I don't know that either. I'm not a doctor, okay? But if it's true that the coronavirus has an RO or R naught factor of 4.08, and I, as an asymptomatic virus carrying person, can infect four people, and then each of those four people can infect four people for a total of 16, and then 64, and then 256, and then it just goes on exponential from there. Where at the end of 9 cycles of that carrying it, can infect 65,000 people, and then one more cycle advances to about 245,000 people. That's pretty bad. Now, and if it's also true that the coronavirus affects people, young and old, as severely as they're saying, I don't know. I'm looking at news reports just like you. Everything that I see is filtered through mainstream, fake stream media and government sources just like you. I don't have inroads to a lab. I don't personally know a lab technician who's tested this stuff. I haven't personally seen this stuff for myself. So is it fear mongering to tell people, hey, if all this stuff is true, if the data set that we see, not to mention that it's an RA, they say, I don't know this, but they say it's an RNA virus, which is it mutates rapidly. And so if something is mutating and changing and evolving and it's hard to treat that kind of stuff, and then it's hard to quarantine people and really get a handle on this, I mean, it could be bad. It could really be bad. So I think I would be remiss not to tell people, hey, it might be a good idea not to pay $7,136 to go to the Super Bowl. It might not be a good idea to rub shoulders with hundreds of people who are coughing and spitting and cheering, and that spray is going everywhere. If indeed it's as infectious as it is, as they say it is, it's always the caveat, guys. As they say it is, if it's true what they're saying, I don't know. You don't know if it's true, or unless you got cultured and you definitely have the coronavirus, and then you're watching this thing over the next 12, 14 days. Some people are saying 3 weeks, and you're watching this thing evolve and mutate in your own life, and your lungs and your alveoli are getting filled up with fluids, and you can't breathe, and you're choking on the fluids that are building up in your own lungs. I mean, what a horrible way to die. Last I looked, let's see, I think Jack LaLanne was 93 or 96 when he died. This guy is just the picture of health. Remember Jack LaLanne back in the 50s and 60s? I'm not saying I'm back in the 50s and 60s, but I remember the guy. He was stout, man. He was swimming the English Channel when he was 80, and every birthday he would do some crazy physical stunt. He got taken out with a respiratory illness. So respiratory illnesses, and if you've ever had a respiratory illness, I have. It's no joke. You cannot do cardio. You can't get on the bike or the Stairmaster or the treadmill because you're gasping for air and coughing up crap. And if you can't cough that crap up, and it stays down in your lungs, and you have this unproductive cough. That's why they give people an expectorant so they can get the junk out of their lungs. If you can't get it out of your lungs and you're struggling to breathe, man, respiratory infections are no freaking joke. If you have hay fever or anything like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like it is a blessing to be able to wake up in the morning and go, just to take a deep breath. I mean, I know that sounds stupid. That sounds here. That was It was blurry there. Just to be able to just sit there right now. I know this sounds stupid. Just close your eyes and just take a good deep breath. Let your lungs fill up with oxygen. And then when you exhale, all those the tiny sacs at the end of your lungs are called alveoli, and they take what you sucked in and they throw it into your bloodstream so that it sustains life. If you gum that up, that's why I cannot understand people who smoke, even marijuana, like smoking, burning plant matter and bringing it into your lungs. and then gumming all that stuff up. I told you guys this before. I had a roommate in college. He smoked marijuana every single day. Got nothing against it. You guys can do whatever you want to with your own body. But when I saw that guy waking up every morning coughing up this black tarry gooky stuff, he would go, "Hey Brian, look at this." Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty funny, dude. I mean, this guy was a smart dude, intellectually. But to me, it's not very smart to breathe anything into your lungs. Especially, I mean, look at this. Look at this stuff. Look what I got in my skies every day. We have to combat that stuff every day, and then you're going to add insult to injury and just go ahead and poison your own lungs. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, while I appreciate somebody going, "Hey, you need to be careful not to fearmonger," I appreciate that. I really, really do. I'm not making fun of anybody who says that, but I don't see how it can be fearmongering to just caution people that if the government authorities and if lamestream mainstream media, if what they're saying about the coronavirus is partially true, just on those two fronts, the RO factor of 4.08, that is, you infect four people, they infect four each, that's 1664, 256, and it keeps on going. If that factor is true, and that you can be asymptomatic for 2 to 14 days while an infection is raging in your body and you have no fever and you have no other symptoms, but you're passing it along to others, that seems pretty dangerous to me because basically you're like a Trojan horse in your family. They don't know you're sick. You don't know you're sick. Your workmates don't know you're sick. The people where you grocery shop or go to church or whatever you do, whatever function you're exposed to other human beings in, that's pretty dangerous to not know that you're highly infectious, infecting other people who each can spread it to another four people. Talk about exponential returns, man. The ramifications are just off the charts on that. So I just caution you guys, if what they're saying is true, just on those two fronts, the mutation ability and the RO factor, geez, just be careful. I don't have my glasses. I see this super chat. What is, geez. Now you get to look at my ugly mug. Here, let me cover this up. Kobe dies exactly 1 week before the Super Bowl. Today is the third day, leaving 333 in a year. Good work, Brian. That's from The Truth. Thanks, man. I appreciate that super chat. And thank you to everybody who supports this channel. Thanks to all my mods. I can see some blue. You guys are posting stuff in there. I really appreciate everybody. Just be cautious. Man, there's so much misinformation. It's just hard to get a handle on it. It's hard to keep your balance. That's why I like dealing with things that are completely objective, like when a cop initiates unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything more or less than breaking the command or the arbitrary rules of politicians. That to me is so crystal clear. You don't need to go through somebody. You can just observe it by yourself. So I just wanted to make a quick video. Trish and I are about to go out and hit the weights. We're gonna go to the gym for a little bit, and and also I don't make fun of people who watch the Super Bowl. That kind of stuff's not for me. It seems to me that when you watch one football game, whether it's college, high school, or professional sports, you've pretty much seen them all. Yeah, they're interesting plays and highlight reels that I'm sure are interesting. But man, I always think about when I think of football, basketball, soccer, or whatever, just the bread and circuses mantra from Juvenile. He says, "Give them bread and circuses, and they shall never revolt." It just seems like, man, if you're gonna invest your time, energy, and resources, $7,136 for a Super Bowl ticket, give me a break. I don't. Nobody in my zone of influence has that kind of cash just to dump on the NFL, who's already rich in the first place. But it seems to me that if you got enough energy and resources and time to pour into like hurrahing your favorite team, which is strange to me, man. It's this tribal, childish kind of mentality. I don't get that. Who's your favorite team? I don't have a favorite team. When I was a little kid, I used to follow the Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, the Terrible Towel, Franco Harris, Lynn Swan, and all that stuff. But when you get older, you look back on it and you go, God, why did I set those guys up on a pedestal in my life? Didn't I have anything better to do? Couldn't I have learned a language or a musical instrument or, something to make this world a better place? Just seems like a colossal waste of time, money, and resources. That's my opinion. If you guys do it, it's like it's a free country. You can never do whatever you want to, but give them bread and circuses and they shall never revolt. If we poured that time, energy, and resources that people pour into cheering on their favorite team, why couldn't we surround the Federal Reserve or the IRS building or just tear up our Social Security cards and go, We're not doing society like this. Or turn in all of, like I'm really on this license plate thing. You know, land of the free, home of the brave. I always think about property taxes. How about driving down the road? You can't drive down the road without Big Daddy government's permission, with your registration and your plates and your tags and your proof of insurance and your ID, and show me your papers. This ain't the. They're gonna sing that at the Super Bowl today. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's a lie. That is a lie, because everybody who drove here had to have permission. If they flew here, they had to have permission from the TSA before they could board their plane. If they drove there, they had to have permission from the government to drive down those publicly funded, taxpayer funded roads. This ain't the land of the free, home of the brave. You stop paying your property taxes and you're going to get a knock at the door, and they're going to say, hey, you got another month to pay all these. You're the land of the free, home of the brave. You know, we got April 15th coming up, and people are all worried about their taxes. And oh my God, I don't have the money to pay my tax bill. This is horrible. That's not freedom, man. That is not freedom. So I'm getting on this kick about, this driver's license thing and this plate. Freedom from Slavery's channel. Check his stuff out. He's got some pretty good stuff. His name is Trent. Freedom from Slavery. If one of my mods can put that in the comment section right here, the little chat box here. Freedom from Slavery channel. Interesting stuff. I've already seen 2 videos from 2 separate states. One's Phoenix, Arizona, and one somewhere in California, I think. The second one, the guy was on probation, did not give them registration or proof of insurance, and was able to drive away citation and ticket free. Hey, if they can do that, we can do that. And what if we did that en masse? And just started that as kind of the wedge, kind of the light at the end of the tunnel that kept getting bigger. Okay, so today it's license and registration. We ain't paying it. Next day, or next month, we ain't paying your IRS extortion fees. No way. And then the next month, we're not paying property taxes. We're going to live as free people. And then just, hey, give us an inch. Let us take a mile, Let us do that. So that's what the channel is all about. So about getting back around to this fear-mongering thing, hey, just be careful with this coronavirus. Who knows if it's true? But if it is on those 2 things, the mutation ability and the 4.08 RO factor, R not factor, seems pretty dangerous to me. So, okay, guys, I'm heading to the gym with Trish. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban live stream. And hey, keep your eyes toward the skies too. Look at this. Look at this. It was a crystal clear day this morning. Oh man, look at that one. Look at that one. It was a crystal clear day this morning. Look at those chemtrails, man. World Health Organization declares a public health crisis for coronavirus. How about public health crisis for the crap that we got to breathe in every single day? Look at that. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.